Hi, it's Emily. In a previous video, we discussed that energy comes from food, but we haven't yet talked about how much energy comes from the different foods we eat. There are far less calories in a tablespoon of sugar than there are in a tablespoon of oil. But why is that so? Today, I'll introduce the 3 macronutrients and their varying caloric contents, which will give us the answer to this question. Let's begin with the names of the 3 macronutrients: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Carbohydrates can be found in bread, pasta, and other grain products, potatoes, squash, and other starchy vegetables, beans, peas, and lentils, fruit, and cakes, cookies, and other sweets. Carbohydrates contain 4 calories per gram. Similarly to carbohydrates, protein also contains 4 calories per gram. Protein can be found in meat, poultry, fish, eggs, milk, cheese, and other dairy products, and tofu, tempeh, and other soy-derived products. Unlike carbohydrates and protein, the third macronutrient, fats, contain 9 calories per gram. That's a little more than double the energy density. Oil is a pure form of fat, which explains why there are more calories in 1 tablespoon of oil than in 1 tablespoon of sugar, which is a carbohydrate. Aside from oil, fats can be found in butter, margarine, and cheese, fatty cuts of meat and fatty fish, tahini and salad dressings, and nuts, seeds, and avocados. So if we were to compare a handful of nuts, a fat, with a handful of grapes, a carbohydrate, the nuts would have more calories since fats have 9 calories per gram and carbohydrates only have 4 calories per gram. This is a very simplistic way of looking at foods, since nuts are not purely fat, nor are grapes purely carbohydrate, but it does help to gauge the difference in the caloric content of different foods. Let's review the takeaways. 1. Different foods contain different amounts of calories. 2. The caloric content of a food depends on its macronutrient composition. And 3. Carbohydrates and protein contain 4 calories per gram, and fats contain 9 calories per gram. I want you to remember that you shouldn't opt for foods largely composed of carbohydrates and protein simply because they have less calories than fats. If you recall from the energy balance video, we said that foods contain nutrients in addition to energy, and fat-containing foods can be quite nutrient-dense, so don't shy away from them. The goal is for you to be aware of their caloric content and adjust your portion size accordingly. As always, ask your coach if you have any questions. See you next time.